Alright guys and gals, and this is episode 2 of the bootcamp, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to set up your blog. It's going to be a step-by-step guide. I'm going to show you how to set it up ready to go, what host to get, how to use WordPress, how to install WordPress, how to do like the basic stuff. I'm going to show you how to build a following, inspire others, and I'm going to set up the email marketing tools, and I'm also going to show you how to produce quality content. So now, before I get started, I just want to share with you a little bit about myself. So what building websites and blogs have allowed me to do. So basically, I'm a big fan of video games. So blogging has allowed me to freely play video games and share what I have. I usually play it on my phone and my iPad. So I play the game and then I share what I learned and put it on a website and show them how to be better at the game. So that's what blogging can bring you. And then I don't go to work anymore, so I just play video games. I show people how to do it. I'm not saying like this is probably like what you would do, but think about how blogging can actually free you up from what you really want to do in your life, and how that's going to help you work towards that. So all right, so now I'm going to turn on webcam and I'm going to get started. Okay. Alright, first we're going to talk a little bit about hosting. And after using, I think I have used a lot of hosts, like 10 to 12 hosts. I have narrowed down to just 2, but I recommend you just get one of them. Either one will do. So the first one is GoDaddy, and the second one is Bluehost. They're both really good, but I have chosen GoDaddy because you can do everything all in there in terms of buying domains, getting expired domains, which is something I'll talk about later in the series. But as for now, let's head over to GoDaddy, and I'm going to show you some plans that they have. So their plans are actually pretty cheap. So they have 3 main offers, and I'm going to show you the main offers. So you want to go to hosting, and then you want to go to web hosting, and they always have something on sale. So you're looking at $349 a month for hosting, and you pay there's economy, there's deluxe, and ultimate. Okay, so me personally, when I started out, I got the deluxe because I knew I was going to build a lot of websites. So the deluxe actually gives you 25. Is it 25 or they changed it? Okay, unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited websites. Oh, they changed it. So when I got it, they had 25, but now they don't have it anymore. So basically, you can build unlimited websites. So it makes perfect sense to get the deluxe, because economy is just one website. It doesn't make any sense. For an extra $1, you can get, for $4.49 a month, you can get unlimited websites and storage. So this is what you want to join, okay? And of course, they give you a free domain to go with. So ideally, you want to buy, I would say, if you're serious about this, I would buy like 2 months. So that way you make a commitment, okay, I'm going to do blogging for 2 months, and you pay that. Or if not, you can just pay for the first year, which is fine. That's what I suggest. And you just hit add to cart, and then you go ahead and enter your information, and you can carry on. So once you're done with that, I'm going to show you the control panel and how to install your first website and domain. Oh, by the way, when you get GoDaddy, try not to get sucked into buying all these SSL certificate, website security. When you start out, you don't really need that, and I personally don't use it on my site unless you're like some big shot and you have made it really, really huge. Then I would recommend you do that. But initially, you want to cut your costs down, and once you feel like you're at a certain level where you need the extra security, that's when you get them. But right now, you don't need them. So there's another thing that they have going on, which I think it's something that might be beneficial to you, depending on how you look at it. So when you get your domain name, it doesn't really matter if it's .com, .net, .info. The extension doesn't really matter. You just need a domain name. So a lot of people, they just want .com because they think that's the standard, and they think that ranking their sites using .com is a lot better than ranking .net, .info, .guru, whatever that is. But it's not true. It's just a domain name. So GoDaddy has a special offer when it comes to .info extension. So you say, let's say if your blog name is James Bond, okay, rocks .info. If you search for .info, they're gonna give you a good deal. It's gonna be $2.99 for the first year, and when you renew it, it's gonna be $14.99. But that's what you get when you use .info. But a lot of people, they don't like the extension .info because it sounds like, oh, I'm just giving information. But I'm just showing you like this is another alternative to help you save a little bit of money when you start off. Alright, so once you have bought your domain, the next thing you want to do is log into your control panel, and you want to go straight to web hosting and hit launch, and it's going to take you to another page. It's basically a gateway to manage your domains. So hit on manage. In my case, I have a lot of domains, but since it's your first domain, so it's going to be very simple, and I'll show you really quick. Okay, so what you want to do is head over to more, and you want to go to hosted domains. Okay, and you head over to hosted domains, and you want to add your domain into the hosted domain. So go ahead and click add domain, and here you go. I'm going to use Earn Gaming Money Online as the domain. Okay, and hit OK, and it's going to get added right here. So it takes a little bit of time before it sets up. It's usually like 5 minutes. So okay, I'm going to cut the video here, so when it's ready, I'll head on to the next step. So once you have your hosted domain on there, the next thing you want to do is come back to the home page, and you want to click on WordPress. The home page is right here, home, and then hit WordPress, and you are going to look at WordPress 4.0. Well, in your case, it's probably going to be a different version, but we're going to click install now. It's going to take you to another page and tell you to choose your plan. So in my case, I'm going to go to page 2, Earn Gaming Money Online Info, hit next. Yours is going to be on the first page if this is your first ever install. So right here, you need to set up your database. So I'm going to set up my database. I'm going to name it Earn Gaming Money, and I create a database password. Yeah, you have valid password. Needs to have special characters and one uppercase letter and one lowercase letter and some numbers. So I'm going to go with ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll put a apostrophe, ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, apostrophe, and you hit next, and install in folder WordPress. Okay, hit next. For choose install directory, usually you want it empty like this. So that way, your default homepage is going to be this. So take it away. But in my case, I would use it because I'm just doing like a demo, so it doesn't really matter. Just make sure yours, you don't have it. So I'm going to name myself Bobby. And password will be ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3. ABC, ABC, 1, 2, 3. And then email will be bob@gmail.com, and I'll name it my online journey, and you hit finish, and there you go. What's next? So they're going to send an email to your they're going to send the instructions to your email, and you can go from there. And the installation probably takes it doesn't take that long, maybe like 10 minutes max, and then you can go straight to your home page, which I'll show you in a little bit. Unfortunately, I deleted the domain that I was trying to show you just to reinstall again and show you how to do it. It didn't quite work out, so let's just assume that we use this domain to use as a demo. So right here, if you want to hit straight to the access login of WordPress, what I recommend you do is you type in /WordPress wp-admin, Just this alone will take you straight to the login panel, and then you're gonna put in your username and your password, and then you log in. Okay, now you're at the dashboard of the WordPress, and basically you just have nothing initially. So I'm gonna go through some of the stuff that you're gonna see on the sidebar so you kind of get used to it. Alright, the first thing that we want to look at would be the appearance, which is themes. So having a good theme is pretty important in my opinion, because it's gonna set like how you're gonna build your blog later, and it's a lot easier to customize once you have one theme that you like. And if you don't like the theme, you can always customize later, but that's not that important. The important thing is you just want to get started. You can choose to use free themes, which you can just hit add theme right here, and they're gonna give you a bunch of themes. So these are all free, and you can go pick and choose which one you like. I personally prefer a premium theme, and there are two themes that I use, which I'll type it for you here. WordPress Zoom, that's the first one. They have a good selection of themes. This is the theme that I use for almost all of my video game sites, and they're all pretty good. Okay, the main one that I use is called Magazine and Video Zoom. Here, I'm gonna search it real quick so we don't waste time. Oh, you know what? Here, Magazine. Oh, they have added a bunch more themes. So, but you know what? I'm not gonna search now because you're just gonna take a look at it and see which one you like. It doesn't really matter. Just choose which one, something that you enjoy. I'm just recommending WordPress Zoom because that's what I use. And the other theme that I use is Genesis theme. They have a very the good thing about Genesis theme is that they're responsive. So let's say if I were to use my mobile phone to look at it, it's gonna shrink according to how wide your screen is. So it's very, very good. I recommend that you get it, and I'll leave more details below the video so you can actually see what it is all about. But that's not important. So I'm gonna go back to add themes and upload the Genesis theme to kind of show you what it is like. All right, so we're gonna go to upload theme, choose file, and we're going to go to my WordPress themes, and we're gonna upload Genesis 2.02. Okay, so install now, and it's probably gonna take a while, so we're just gonna wait a little bit, and there you go, live activated. So activate it, and we're going to go to the home page. Alright, so now we have the Genesis theme logged and ready to go. So now I want you to head over to settings and head over to permalinks. And I want you to switch to post name, okay? So it's already in default, but I want you to switch to post name because the important thing is you want your post title to show up on your URL, and that's very important, especially for search engine optimization, and we'll be going over that later in the series, but right now it's just basic stuff. And you want to save changes, and we're gonna go visit the site. So right here it's pretty basic, there's nothing on there yet, but if you hit hello world right here, you notice how it says the title is hello world. Prior to changing, you're gonna have something like page 123 or something like that up here. So it's not that great for search engine optimization, so you want it to be the title of whatever your post is, so that's much better. Alright, so we're going to go over to edit posts, and we're going to show you how to edit some really simple stuff. So you want to, if you want to just introduce yourself, usually the first post is like, hello everyone, this is my post. It doesn't really matter what you put, you just want to type in, you just want to get used to WordPress, and you type in, hello, this is my very first post. And when you first use WordPress, they usually have this taken out, so you only see the first line. So what you want to do is you want to toggle the toolbar so you can actually see the rest. So right here you have underline, you have text color. If you have any changes you messed up, you can press undo. And this is bold, the fonts in this strike through. I don't really strike through is pretty much just this, but I don't really use it that much. You can use it if you want to highlight like a post like, oh, do not do that, then you would do that. Oops, let me undo that. So you don't really have to use it. And this is bullet list. So bullet list is just pretty much, pretty standard. Like if you use Microsoft Word, you would have that. Hello. And then, 1, 2, 3 numbered list. You switch it to number list, number 2, number 3. Oops. And then you can use quotes, block quotes right here. And then this is align your words to the left, which it already is. And then you align center. And then you align to the right. And this is linking, which I'll show you how to do. Here, let me go back here, align left. Alright, if you want to link to a post, let's say you want to link to Google or something, you want to highlight this, and then you want to insert link, okay? And then in this case, we're going to type in google.com. And then you hit add link, and then there you go. So we're going to publish the post, update. And we're going to view posts. We're going to click on the link right here. And that takes me to Google. Okay, there you go. And let's go back to edit posts. And if you don't want the link to take you straight to the next page, what you can do is you have it open in another tab, which you can put right here, open link in the tab, and then you hit update, and it will open up in another tab instead of just straight up taking him to Google or whatever website that you are linking to. Alright, let me unlink this. And this is just basic. Okay, if you want to add a picture, you want to head over to add media. And you want to select files. And we're going to go to my online picture. I'm going to add a random picture so that way you guys can see. I'm going to add this picture real quick. And right here, you can just insert, okay? Right here on the right, you can actually make changes, but we're not going to do that. You can kind of play around with it and see what you want to switch it to. So we're insert into post. And there you go. We're going to update. And then you're going to see the picture is going to show up. And there you go. That's your very first picture. And that is your very first post. So just go ahead and just write an article on there, put some pictures on there, and play with it. And alright, so now that we've got that covered, we're going to talk about customizing your title for your WordPress blog. So right here, this is the place where you change your title, and we're going to change to something like my personal blog or whatever industry or niche you're in, and then you save and publish. You can put a tagline like the best, and then it'll show up right here, and you can save and publish, and it will change the title up here. And you can also choose between whether you want a static front page or you want all your latest posts showing up. So in this case, if you want a static page, then it's just going to show like one page, and you get to choose what kind of page you want. Since we don't have any pages, so it's not going to show up. But if you do have a bunch of pages, then you can use that. But most people just use your latest post. So everything you have is just going to show up on the first page, and it's just going to keep going down. So this is where you make a little bit of changes. I'm not going to go too detailed into that because it's all customization. So I'm going to go back. Oh wait, stay on page, save and publish. And we're going to go back to the dashboard. And now I'm going to head over to the widget so you can actually see what a widget is. Widget is just like what you saw in the sidebar. And there's a couple of things that you can put in the primary sidebar. And we're going to show you how to put your user profile, okay? So that there's a cool thing about Genesis that lets you do that easily. And it looks really clean, which I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to add the author box to the right side of the widget. So widgets are pretty much just little nifty sidebars that you can put stuff on there. You can put your author box, you can put your email opt-in form. You can put in whatever, latest posts, anything you can think of. So in this case, Genesis has a user profile. Actually, all the StudioPress themes actually have that, so it's really cool. So we're gonna show you how to have that. So we're gonna put in the primary sidebar. Oh, before we do that, make sure you select primary sidebar so it actually shows there. So there you go, add widget, and then title is gonna be your name. So I'm gonna put mine, and then the image is gonna be admin. So it's gonna pull the image that you have for your email address. So if your email address doesn't have anything, then it will pull out like a default nobody picture on there. So you can customize however you want it. You want left or right or none. You can put right, and then you can select either you want auto bio or you want the custom text. Usually I put custom text because you can just put whatever, right? Hi, my name is Kenny, aka Kung Fu Kid or whatever, right? And then we're gonna save it. You can also do read more, but this is more technical, so I'm not going to go into it. You can play with it and see whether you want that on there. And then we close. And then we're going to go visit it. There you go. We have, it's not my face because I didn't put a author picture on there. But if you want to switch your author picture, I'm going to take you over here. Go to settings. Head over to discussion. And scroll all the way down, and you can choose right here which one you want. And the default is going to be this. So if you have your email, if your email has already attached like a picture of you, then it's going to show up. So in this case, we're going to save with this picture, and then we're going to save changes. And there you go. There you go. You're going to have your author box, and now I'm going to show you how to set up your email marketing tool, which is Aweber. Alright, so Aweber is my preferred choice for email marketing. And when I started out, I didn't really use it that much because I didn't think it was that important. But as time went on and it became more experienced, I realized how important Aweber was. Because you can collect email lists, and you can mail your lists about your updates about your blog, you can sell them products, you can update it about literally anything. And it's completely independent from Google search, which I'll teach you more about in the later series. And if ever your blog gets hit by Google, you still have your email list that you can work with. You can send out updates and you'll be fine. Whereas if you depend too much on one traffic source, such as Google, which most people usually do, and I used to depend on Google a lot. So it's not a great way to only have one type of traffic. So the email list is a very, very good thing that you need to have that's going to drive traffic to your blog. And it's important that you build your list. So anyways, we're going to head inside Aweber, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Alright, now we're in the back end of Aweber, and now I'm going to show you how to create your first list. So right now we're going to create lists. Click on the top, and then right here hit create list, and it's going to ask you to tell you about yourself. So we're going to type in your company name. Well, in this case I'm going to put Bass Cooking Blog or whatever, and I'm just going to leave this because you're going to put your own URL, and it's going to ask for your address, and it's going to ask for your name, and it's going to ask for your sender email. Okay, sender email is very important. So you don't want to use Gmail, Yahoo Mail, any of the free emails, because all of them are usually going to go to the promotions tab in Gmail or spam folder in the Yahoo Mail. So you want to use your domain name email, and then that's a lot better because then you won't be classified as spam. So that's important. Just keep that in mind. So we're headed to the next step. So your list name, right? So list name is pretty simple. It depends on what you have. So in our example, we'll probably go with Bass Cooking Tips or something like that, right? And then here the list description is just whatever you want, but you just want a short description like we provide different cooking recipes for our readers, right? Something like that. You can go as long as you want, but short and sweet is usually better. And then you can go to the next step. And right here, they're going to ask your email subscribers to confirm the subscription. And usually you just want to go with the default, because you don't want to mess with anything, especially when you're starting out. It's just going to get confusing. So now we're done, and you have created your very first list. Alright, so with the list, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead to sign up forms, and you want to create your very first sign up form, right? So we're going to go ahead and create. And it doesn't really matter what kind of form you create, you just have to make sure you get it done. And you can always change that later if you don't like the design. I'm just not the best designer, so pardon me if it comes out all weird and stuff. But you can always, like I said, you can customize up to your own standards. So you can just pick and choose. Popular, new, doesn't really matter. Maybe you want to choose this one for a darker feel to your sign up form. And you want to edit the header so that you can have something like sign up for our newsletter for the best cooking recipes, or something like that. Obviously it's not the best headline, but it will work for now. Let's center it so it looks a little better. And then you have them put their name and email, sign up now. Usually I take them away because they're a little too big and takes up a lot of space, so usually I just have it like this. Sometimes you can even just ignore the name, but it's better to have it. And then you can always come back, change the body, you can make the border a little bigger, or you can make it a different color. Let's go back to black. Oh, I forgot what color that was. Oh, gray. There you go. And you can go back to the labels again if you need. Change the color, inputs, like what font do you want, how big you want the letters. Then you got the submit button. Right here in the advanced, you can actually change your submit button. If you have your own custom button, you can actually change it right here, but we're not going to do that, so we're gonna go back. And then you got links, and then we're gonna go back to form type. Okay, so let's just assume this is what you were gonna go with, right? We just hit next, go to step 2, and right here you're gonna name your form. So we're gonna name it something like cooking tips or something like that. It's just for your own reference. They're not, the subscribers are not going to see it. So right here, the thank you page. Normally, if you're just starting out, I recommend just basic version, unless you want to send them to a specific thank you page. In your case, actually I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to go to pages. Oops, we went back to Google. Alright, so we're going to create a page, and we're going to call it the thank you page. If you don't want to use the custom standard that they have, so basically the thank you page is just telling them, oh, well, thanks for signing up, and we got some cool recipes for you. Check them out, right? So you're gonna name your recipes, and then you're gonna put a link of like some, how to make beef stew or something like that, right? Let's just gonna publish this. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to copy this URL, okay? So that's how I do it. And then I go back to the thank you page, and I'm going to use a custom page, okay? So the custom page is just, it sends them there once they sign up and already subscribe. You can either send them to your thank you page, or you could send them to a download page if you provide like a PDF ebook file, not file, an ebook for them so that they can actually download the ebook. That's what I would do. But usually, if you don't have anything to offer, you just keep it as the basic version. So once you're done with this, you're gonna save the form, and you're gonna get the publish section, which you will install your form. This is probably the most basic one. I don't think you would usually use these two, or I have never used it. You can use either the raw HTML version or the JavaScript. JavaScript's easy because you don't need to make any customizations, but if you're more technical, you can use the raw HTML version. You can change it and customize it however the way you want it. But since if you're not technical, then just go with JavaScript. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to head over to our blog, and we're going to go to widgets, and actually put it into the sidebar. So let me take that away. We're going to put a new text in there, and then we're going to copy paste over here and save it. And then as you can see right here, we have our sign up form right here, and people can actually sign up. Okay, it's probably not the best design, but you get the idea, right? So people are going to sign up, they're going to type in their email, and there you go. And then people are going to sign up, and they're going to get taken to your thank you page. I'm just going to do it real quick so they can actually see where it takes it to. You have to test it. Make sure you test it so that they are going to the thank you page. And right here you can see it went to the thank you page, right? So make sure you double check before you put the sign up form, so you don't send them to the wrong places. And there you go, guys. It's really simple, and even Aweber has a tutorial on it, but I figured I would let you know here so you can actually just browse it through really easily. So that it is for Aweber. This is just a basic version for installing sign up forms. Alright, so now we got the email marketing out of the way, and you're ready to go and start blogging or maybe creating websites. We're going to talk a little bit about passion, and you have to really figure out what you enjoy doing. For me personally, I enjoy video games, so all of my sites are generally related to video games of some sort. And I also enjoy SEO, which is search engine optimization, and getting traffic and things like that. So all of my topics or blog topics will go towards those directions. Like, video games, I have a bunch of video game sites, and my blogging is usually about SEO or niche sites and things like that. And your blog can also be used to inspire others to do the same. So let's say right now I just taught you guys how to build a WordPress blog from scratch, right? So once you know that information, you can actually share it with somebody. Like you can make a video and show them how to start a blog. And that could be your email sign up. In 30 minutes, I'll show you how to create a WordPress blog. And then people are going to opt in if they like the idea, or if they need help, they'll opt in. And of course, you're going to also create a lot of information around the topic that you enjoy. The reason why I recommend that is because if you don't like it as much, you're not going to, survive too long when it comes to creating topics around it. Like maybe you might be able to write, after two months, and then after that you just start hating every minute of it. So that's very important. And then once you have created a lot of content around a certain topic, you'll become an expert in that topic, and then you can also refer your users to relevant products, or maybe you could tell them what's good, and that's also known as affiliate marketing. Or you could also create your own products, but in the initial stages, I don't recommend that because it's going to take a lot of your time, and it's gonna be a little hard. So once you're pretty good with affiliate marketing, then yeah, you want to start thinking about creating your own product. And while I was going through the series tutorial, I didn't really specify what quality content was. So quality content to me is basically just users come to your blog and they find the answer they're looking for. It can be a picture, article, video, whatever. As long as they find the answer, you provided value, that's quality content. So it's really simple. As long as you can provide quality content, people will always come back to you. Alright guys, this concludes the basic tutorial for beginners. And in the next video, I'll show you some more in-depth cool stuff. And in this video, I know it's a little long, so I try not to keep it too long. The WordPress and Aweber, you just need a little bit of practice and you'll become really good at it. You just need a little bit of time to digest the info and just keep using it. So I'll see you guys in the next video then. Take care, guys.